Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's Beer Reviews. Hope you're doing well today. I have got a double IPA to review for you this time around. This was bought in a supermarket. I bought this in ASDA and it is a beer from Full Circle Brewing Company, who are up in Newcastle. And this is part of a ASDA Collab collection. And apparently this is number 2 in the collection. A double IPA with intense hoppiness and juicy citrus flavours. Exclusive to ASDA, Full Circle Brew. They haven't given it a name. It's literally just double IPA, number 2 in their Collab collection. Interesting artwork. You've got the time bridge there. Nice little doodle sketch on the front. I quite like that. What's it say about this beer? What does it say? Packed in the UK for ASDA in Leeds. ASDA have exclusively teamed up with innovative and market-leading breweries to create an exciting new range of outstanding craft beers. I saw this one and one they've done with salt, but I didn't fancy the salt one, so I picked this one up. Full Circle Brew Co.'s got a bit about them. Award-winning brewery based in Newcastle upon Tyne. Tasting notes, here we go. A blend of Cryo Pop, Columbus and Citra and Galaxy hops ensure that this beer delivers refreshing citrus and tropical fruit notes with a very intense hoppiness and deep aroma. The addition of jumbo oats provides a rich, creamy thickness to the beer, and the low to medium bitterness balances out the fruity sweetness. Sounds good. It says all the right things. Jumbo oats means it should have a bit of body. Nice and smooth, full flavoured. Let's get it out into a glass and see if it's any good. A double IPA from Full Circle Brew Co. I have no doubt would be good. But as soon as they collab with a supermarket, I do have my doubts. So I'm here to be impressed and see if it happens. I've just cleaned that glass, but apparently there was a little bit of water sitting on the outside of it. There's the beer in the glass. That is a very orangey looking beer, isn't it? That is a proper sort of on the dark side of a sort of a hazy tropical double IPA. It is. It's sort of bordering on sort of a pale amber colour. Hazy as you like. Sort of little slight fluffy white head hanging in there. Let's get me snouting, see what the aromas are telling us. Not as pungent as I thought it might be. But certainly sort of a passion fruit, pineapple-y type sort of aroma coming out. Not a great deal else, to be honest. I'm actually very underwhelmed by the smell. I thought it was going to be quite a big one. Very subtle herbal, grassy, subtle tropical aromas. Should we get stuck in? Cheers. Certainly well bodied, but not sort of thick and how did they describe it? Rich creamy thickness. Nah, it's not rich creamy thickness. It's not thin, but it's certainly not as well bodied as other double IPAs as I've had recently. I'm going to say it off the bat. It's been brewed cheaply. I'm just going to say it off the bat. I don't want to insult anyone, but it's a budget double IPA. There is a slightly citrusy, grapefruity, pineapple-y note. Touch of sort of passion fruit sweetness, just kind of tingling the tongue. And then the end, there is a bit of a slightly sort of herbal, sort of slightly spicy, as opposed to bitter finish. It has got a finish, which is always welcome. A little bit of booziness I'm getting now. Sort of reminds you, it is an 8%. It is a proper double IPA strength. Pardon me. Gassy. It's a gassy little bugger. I'm going to get the rest of the can in here. Let's see if there's any floaters or anything in this can. See if I can add anything to the flavour of this beer, because I'm going to be honest, I'm slightly underwhelmed. For a double IPA, it's not... When was this beer canned? Does it say? Best before October of this year. Doesn't say when it was canned. I imagine. What are we, June now? Probably canned a couple of months ago. It hasn't done. They're chucking that last little bit in. It's a great colour. Really good looking IPA, but that's where the top quality elements to this beer end for me, unfortunately. The aroma's underwhelming. There's elements of a good double IPA there, but to me, I think the best way I can describe this beer is like a double IPA that's had the volume turned down on it. You know, it's like they wanted to brew something big and punchy and hoppy, and then they thought, oh, hang on, this is going to cost a few quid, so let's just pull it back a little bit. And this is something I've been saying about supermarket beers for ages, and it's not changing. It's got a bit of body to it. It's slightly grassy, citrusy, grapefruit, mango sort of thing initially. And then it develops a little bit on your palate, and I sort of get like a passion fruity sweetness. So it's like stone fruit touch, a pineapple. And then on the finish, there's like a little bit of a dryness, a bit of a slightly herbal sort of hoppy finish. It's not bad. It's not a bad beer, but it's when you, again, I'm always comparing it to other craft beers that I'm drinking. You know, I've got double IPAs in the fridge behind me that I didn't get in the supermarket. I guarantee they're going to be better than this. And this is the point I keep making. It's the first time I've been out to a supermarket and bought a few beers for a while. And I just kind of wanted to see what the quality of the beers that are going into the supermarkets are like at the moment. And it's very predictable. They're trying to do the right thing, but they haven't got the money to do it. You know, supermarkets aren't paying breweries nearly enough money to produce top quality beers to sell it to us at £3 a can. You're not going to get a top quality craft beer for that price. It's just not. It's not possible. It's not possible. You buy beers directly from the brewery, you're going to spend a bit more money, but you're going to get twice the beer. That's the way of it. Ask the farmers about how shitty deals they get from supermarkets. No, we haven't been paying enough for milk for donkey's years. Same with beer. They're doing the same with breweries. They go to breweries. They say, we'll give you massive exposure, we'll put you on our shelves, it'll be great for your business, but we want this style of beer and we're going to pay you this much to do it, and it's never enough. So they will brew a beer that looks great, looks great in the glass, but it's never going to taste as good as a beer that you are going to get directly from Full Circle Brewing Company. I guarantee it. I could go onto their website now and order a double IPA that they've brewed that hasn't gone into a supermarket, and I guarantee it will knock spots off of this one. And like I say, it's not unpleasant, but it's just, you can just tell that it's been cheaply produced. It's not, you can tell Full Circle have held off. They've held off a little bit when they've produced this beer. If you're new to craft beer, if you're just kind of, sticking your toe in to the craft beer scene, and double IPAs might be a little bit ominous, this would be a really good place to start. This would be a really good place to start, because you kind of get an idea of where IPAs can go. But once you've had a few, and I have, and most of the people that do YouTube, and most of the people that watch this channel will have had quite a few double IPAs in their time, as soon as you start drinking this, that this is a stripped back version. It's not bad, it's pleasant, but it's a cheap version. In my opinion. And because of that, I can't give it a good score. And that's even taking into account the price. I did a 4 for 3, I think it was, in their sort of package range on the shelves of ASDA. I would imagine individually you're probably looking at £4 a can for this. I would guess, I didn't look at the individual price, but probably about £4. So in that sense, perhaps it's not unfair, but you can get a lot better. You can get much better double IPAs than this. But if you're new to it, give it a go, because it's not awful. It's not awful, but it's just lacking. It's just lacking for me. But for what it is, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think that's a fair score. 6 out of 10 for Full Circle Brews Double IPA, part of the ASDA Collab collection. Go check it out. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you've already had it, let me know what you thought. Hope you've enjoyed the review. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I do appreciate that. Until my next one, you take care.